Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Why is the middle class shrinking? Why are people facing an affordability crisis while marginalized individuals called informals grow in numbers? Join me as I travel the world, speaking with people living in invisibility, the leaders working to solve it, and uncovering the hard truths shaping our economy and daily reality.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
At first, I didn't think it was real. I woke up to this blinding light, and I was transported to another place. Pluto TV. Then I heard a voice.
Come with me if you want to live.
There were thousands of movies and shows, and they were all free.
The truth is ours.
It's just so beautiful.
On Pluto TV, free streaming of Terminator 2, Fringe, Arrow, The 100, and The X-Files may cause excitement, loss of sleep, and sudden belief in extraterrestrials. No credit cards or alien encounters necessary. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the number to reach me this hour, 800-848-9222. We have a lot to talk about. New York's socialist mayor, Mamdani, seems to double down in an interview on why he did not attend Sunday's Israeli Day Parade. You'll hear it in just a moment, but his administration is one of blunders. In terms of, you may recall, the administration banned those New York Knicks watch parties. Well, guess what's back for tonight for game one in terms of the finals? The watch party for thousands of fans right outside Madison Square Garden. It should have never, ever been canceled. The results from California for mayor and governor, and Jill Biden, the former first lady, stating the obvious now that her husband could not have served another 4 years in office. But Megyn Kelly calls out Jill Biden as a total phony. Again, so nice to be with you folks. Dominic Carter here, 800-848-9222. So Mamdani, the one thing that he is consistent about, and it's disgusting, his hatred for Israel. Since the parade on Sunday, the socialist mayor of New York doing an interview, and I want you to hear verbatim his latest words on what he has to say. This is as it relates to the hatred from his wife, the hatred from his father, and the hatred from him. But he's talking about directly Sunday's parade.
There was the Israel Day Parade over the weekend. What do you say to New Yorkers who heard you saying, basically, I'll protect the parade, I won't stand in it? What I hear from some folks is that they said, it felt like I'll keep you safe but won't stand with you. And then also, what do you say to New Yorkers outraged that members of the administration marched with an Israeli official who called for the total annihilation of Gaza's cities, the finance minister, Smotrich?
You know, I've made clear time and time again over the course of the campaign my criticisms of the Israeli government. And you can see in the participation of the far-right Israeli minister Smotrich, as well as a number of other ministers, a vision of annihilation, a complicity in genocide, and frankly, a belief that does not have much value for even the sanctity of children in Gaza. And I am offended, as I know many New Yorkers are, by their participation. And when it comes to members of my administration, I allow them to make their own decisions as to what marches they would like to participate in. However, as I've said time and time again, as the mayor of the city, I need not be present to ensure the security of a march, and also that this is a march to celebrate Israel. That is something that many New Yorkers attended, many New Yorkers did not. When it comes to the sanctity and the security of Jewish life in this city, that is something that we are fully committed to ensuring that each and every Jewish New Yorker is not just safe in the city, but is celebrated.
But the devil is always in the details. Notice when it came time, he was asked that setup question about Israeli officials at the parade that had called for the demolition, if you will, of Palestinian areas, right? Notice how he waxed on eloquently in terms of his opposition to that. But when it comes to the overall theme of the parade, like saying, I was very clear about this during the campaign. So what he's really saying is he's telling you that you're stupid. What he's saying is, I told you I didn't like you during the campaign. So I said it during the campaign. You could have voted on it. You didn't vote on it. So now I'm the mayor. He's outright telling you, me, and everybody else that we are stupid. 800-848-9222. All right, let's get to California. The top two finishers, they go on to the general election. Doesn't matter party. They go on to the general election coming up. Let's start with the race for mayor. I understand the power of incumbency. But how could anybody in their right mind vote for Karen Bass, the incumbent? Homes have been burned to the ground while she was in Africa, and now she's telling you she's going to do a better job. You've got the homeless encampments taking over L.A., and now Karen Bass says, but the numbers are down a little bit, I'm going to do a better job. Well, why don't you do a better job at a different industry? Because being mayor is not for you, Madam Mayor. This is what she had to say at her victory celebration.
How are we doing tonight? Are we gonna win tonight? I will tell you it's looking good so far. We got a lot more to go, but so far it's looking good. And I am so glad to be here with everyone on a night. In a couple of hours, we will declare victory.
That's your incumbent mayor. Don't write off Spencer Pratt, okay? Don't do it. He's in the runoff against Karen Bass, and this guy might come out of nowhere and pull this thing off. You had a crying city council member that lost, came in third place. She was boo-hooing in her concession speech. And still standing is Spencer Pratt. This is what he had to say.
Are you going to debate Karen Bass again? And what do you want to tell her if she sees this?
You know, I love debating her on NBC. I look forward to a couple more on NBC and Fox. We can do debates every Friday if she would like, because it's actually became my most favorite thing to do. So, yes, as many debates as Mayor Bass would like.
What would you like to tell her now that it's on?
I mean, she knows it's on. I hope she's ready, because I literally could not be more excited.
This is a campaign that started because you lost your home in the Palisades fire, because your parents lost.
And so the Palisades fire, right? You heard the reporter before it cut off asking the question. And I'm telling you, there is enough outrage in Los Angeles over the Palisades fires, over the homeless issue, over the incompetency. I get it, Democrat City, but don't write off this guy. He's got a shot. One of two people still standing. He's the only one still standing up against the incumbent. Don't write him off. Now to the race for governor of California. This from Fox News.
I'm not making that up, all right? Steve Hilton, too soon to call. You got about 58% of the estimated vote in right now, but a lot of mail ballots going to continue to come in for some time, and that's what slows down the counting. Hilton's got a slight edge here, about 2.5 points over Becerra. And Tom Steyer, by the way, Tom Steyer spent more than $200 million. Right now, he is in third place. But how does the state shake down here, all right? Hilton in red dominates inland, all right? Becerra in green dominates the coastline, and Steyer picks up a few counties down here around Santa Barbara. Let me pop out of California, one county down there around Santa Barbara. Let me top in here and show you what's happening in the mayor's.
And so it's going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out, folks. 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you. Jill Biden. Jill Biden And did you see that awkward moment? I think it was at the Y, Whoopi Goldberg hosting. President Biden showed up. He's in the front row. And I guess he just had a senior's moment where he stood up and asked her, who do you love the most? And they were trying to politely shut up the former president of the United States, and he wouldn't sit down for a while. I mean, wow. But I guess if we're all lucky, we'll reach that stage in life, right? But Jill Biden admitting now, a few years later, that her husband could not have served another term.
Do you still think that he would have been in a good place to serve as president for another 4 years until he was 86?
Well, not from what I know now. I mean, my God, who knew? I mean, it was so shocking to get that cancer diagnosis. I mean, we had, here I was, I'm looking through travel magazines like, oh, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? And then we get this cancer diagnosis, and I think, what am I doing? Like, our whole life has changed now. Well, and so, I mean, it was just shocking.
She gets a double. In other words, I'm throwing shade. None of it adds up. It's convenient to tell the truth now. You know who's calling out the former First Lady? Megyn Kelly, as only Megyn Kelly can do.
She bullied every member of the Democrat Party who was even mildly critical of him on the mental health question, both before and after the debate. Look, all the news from then, that day to this, has been about how bitter Jill and Joe are that he was forced out of the campaign after that. How the indignity of it, how unfair they thought it was. And now she admits the whole reason she said you answered every question was because it was the only true statement she could think of to say to him after what she recognized was a disaster. The nerve of her to bully everyone and now admit she totally shared their viewpoint. And the reason we saw her speaking to him like he was a toddler is because it was the only thing she could think of to say that was factually true.
And so, maybe the rest of us should try that, right? So you have something go on and you cover it up and you make it look good. You put the best spin on it possible. And then you write a book a year or two later, and then you tell the truth. How about that, right? And then you come forward and you admit, oh, my bad. He couldn't serve another term. But he could have beat Trump. I don't think so. To your telephone calls, line 1, Barbara in Jackson, New Jersey. Barbara, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, I heard your call yesterday with that guy who was trying to talk to you about the Hasidics. Now, I live very close to Lakewood, and apparently they claim their homes as place of worship. And that's the taxes that they don't pay.
Okay, so you want to go down the same road that this guy went down, correct?
I really don't, no. And apparently they're not legally married in the state of New Jersey.
Okay, so you're going down the same road. Barbara, don't insult my intelligence. You're going down the same road he went down.
And collect and get
Okay,
on
I'm going to say again before I cut you off. You're going down the same anti-Semitic road that he did. Just man up and say, yes, I am.
Well, what are your thoughts on what I just said about them not...
I think that's garbage. I think that you're playing the anti-Semitic card and you're looking for a colorful way to state it. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. Well,
your call is no different. Except a softer kind of voice, your call is no different than the gentleman. For all I know, you could be his wife. Your call is no different than the gentleman yesterday. It's the same anti-Semitism.
Couldn't speak. I don't know why he wasn't getting to the point. I just got to the point within two seconds.
Oh yeah, you did. Hey Barbara, you did get to the point, but I don't understand how we benefit. And maybe you can answer this for me. By looking at others and say, see what they get? Look at them, it's unfair. How do we benefit from that? by unfairly
What do you mean,
casting
how do you
out at other
benefit?
people.
How
Say
are we
that again?
benefiting from the Hasidic community?
No, you're trying to lay out a line of unfair treatment, which is anti-Semitic. You know what? I'm not going to justify this, Barbara. Thank you for the call. I just wish that people would be a bit more responsible. She was no different than the caller yesterday, except for a friendlier female voice, but it's the same anti-Semitism. And when does it stop? Let's go to line two. Line two. Oh, I'm late for a break. I'm very late for a break. So before I go to Mike in Oceanside, I've got to take a break. We see all your calls, 800-848-9222.
Roger Stone here. Your dollars are losing ground, but gold isn't. American Sovereign Bullion helps you protect your wealth through real, tangible assets. Through their nationwide wholesaler network, you get some of the best pricing on gold and silver delivered straight to your door. Since 1912, the U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to prove its strength. So call 844-272-2428. That's 844-272-2428. Or visit dyingdollar.com to request your free gold and silver guide. That's dyingdollar.com.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a break, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Give me a break, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. That chocolate crispy taste gonna make your day. And wherever you go, you'll hear the people say, give me a break, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Hey, I just Venmo'd you for rent.
Nice. Now I can instantly spend it whether I'm checking out online with Venmo or using a Venmo debit card.
Say more.
More exactly. Because the more you do with Venmo, the more you get. Like earning up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash on a bundle of brands.
So, order more pizza.
The math demands it.
Get the Venmo debit card.
Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms. Venmo checkout not available at all merchants. Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love. Sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we're going back to your telephone calls in just a moment. President Trump, the White House announcing that he plans to attend Game 3 between the Knicks and San Antonio, the finals, the game that's going to be held at MSG. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Now, there's a possibility that plans can change, but MSG is already doing security walkthroughs in preparation for the presidential visit. And so we'll let you hear what he has to say. President Trump coming up at the bottom of the hour as it relates to Jill Biden saying that she thought her husband might have suffered a stroke on stage at the debate. But it's so interesting that right after the debate, she went to rallies and declared that her husband won. I don't know. I guess that's what spouses do, I guess. Let's go to line 2, Mike in Oceanside. Mike, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, how are you? Real quick. Schumer and Bernie Sanders, they endorsed Mondambi. They gave him every opportunity to get elected. And what does he do? He basically tells them to go F themselves. I'm not coming to the parade. I'm riding my bike. And this guy didn't even have the decency to say, you know what? These guys helped me get elected. Even if I hate them, how could I not go? How can I not go? So that just shows you how much he hates the American people, and we are the infidels. You know that, and they have to kill us. This guy, he's a kid. He doesn't know what's going on, and I believe he's going to mess with the wrong people. It's going to happen because he's too out of control.
Referring to Mamdani.
Correct.
Well, we'll see what happens, Mike. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Baba, line 1 in the Bronx. What's on your mind, Baba?
Hi, Dominic. How are you?
Hi, go ahead, please.
Okay, Dominic. Dominic, I have a problem with you dealing with your own people that calls you every day.
Dealing with my own people? I can't understand you, and I am literally 25 seconds from a break, so you got to get to the point.
That's my point.
What is your point? I can't understand a word you're saying.
Okay, you don't hear me?
I don't hear what you said. You have a problem with what? State it again, sir, please, but quickly.
Okay, people's opinion. You don't regard people's opinion.
I don't what people. Okay, just hold on. I can't understand a word you're saying.
Yes! Yes! A Lego set is a gift that always clicks. And clicks. Ooh, ooh, and clicks. For kids who love to save the day, choose a Lego set. A gift that always clicks.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
All right, I'm going to try this again. So, Baba in the Bronx, let me say this. I have a million calls. I can't take forever trying to understand you or for you to get your point out. What is your point?
Okay, sir. Thank you. My point is, you have 1 million people calling you in this station. I listen to you every time. I want you to have patience with the people that calls you. Without them, they will not be you.
So wait. I want to make sure I got you right now. So if somebody calls up, they may sound nice female voice, and they're spewing anti-Semitism. I'm supposed to let them go on. Is that what you're telling me?
Dominic, people have their
No. Answer the question. Okay, what if somebody... Okay, wait a minute. What if somebody calls up with anti-black views that really crosses the line? Am I supposed to let them continue?
Yeah, let him talk, and then you...
Okay. So you're out of your mind. That's what you're telling me. You want me to let somebody spew anti-Semitism and give them a forum to do so. That's what you're telling me, correct?
If you, nobody can say anything about Jewish people.
Right. See, you don't think I knew that's what you were saying all along? That was the point of your call all along? That you were trying to disguise it, but that's your point, that you want for criticism of Jewish Americans to be permitted on my show. Just admit it.
You know, it's not anti-Semitism.
It's not. Well, why don't you go work on your English and then give me a call? How about that? Meet Mr. Click. You're done. Let's go to Wendy. Calling me up, wasting my time. I can't understand a word you're saying. This is America, man. English. You go to the mall. You can't understand a word they're saying. English. With your dialect, I can't understand a word you were saying. And I got a headache from trying to understand it. Wendy, Huntington, line 2. What's on your mind, Wendy?
Okay, deep breath. Don't be upset with them. They can't help themselves.
Wendy. Listen to what this man just said to me. He wants me to tolerate anti-Semitism and give people a platform to state it. When if it was something that was anti-black, he would expect me to shut it down immediately. So why should I tolerate it against Jewish people? It's nuts. And I can't understand a word he's saying. And I am ready to bang my head on this table, Wendy. Anyway, go ahead.
Don't do that. We need your voice.
Well, thank you.
I just wanted to say that the reason people are upset with Mayor Mamdani for the wrong reason. They should be upset with him because he wants to erase the Jewish people. And he doesn't recognize that Israel has been the Jewish people's homeland for more than 3,000 years, and the Palestinian people, if you call them such, have only been a people for 75 years. And they've erased the Christians from Bethlehem, from Syria, from Lebanon, from Iraq. You know what? They have like 57 Muslim countries, 27 Arab countries, and we just want to have one little block.
I agree with you, Wendy. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I couldn't have said it better myself. and nothing becomes more apparently clear to what Wendy just said. As you visit Israel, I've been there 4 times, and you realize exactly what she just said. The Israeli people are peaceful people that just want to live in peace and live with their neighbors. But some of their neighbors simply don't want them there. Now, that's the truth. Wendy, thank you for the wonderful call. We see all the other calls. Let's get to President Trump. Busted. Joe Biden, you are busted. President Trump caught you red-handed. He really did, right? So President Trump, in an interview, says, okay, well, you thought your husband was having a stroke. Ooh, the president got her good. You got to listen carefully now. He says, if you thought your husband was having a stroke, how did you end up at a Waffle House later that night?
I think the debate was very interesting, though, because, the man he was a bad debater anyway.
Yes.
But he certainly wasn't on his game that night. But I think I put him off his game. I think, so I have a friend who was in a big golf tournament, and he played great. And his primary competitor didn't play great, and they always blamed it on the other primary competitor. He said, but nobody ever talks about the fact that I played great. Well, I had a great debate. And I think that contributed to Joe not doing well, because Joe was all right. People saw him before the debate, and he was fine. I wouldn't say it was Winston Churchill, but he was fine. He was all right.
He went to a Waffle House that night.
Yeah. So she said he had a stroke, but why would she bring him to a Waffle House if he had a stroke?
Oops, busted. Folks, here's what I can tell you. When you write a book and you have a PR team, they sit down and they give you the exact words to say to every question, but especially the controversial questions. So as the former First Lady is touring all these TV stations, trying to say all the right things now, President Trump is right. If you thought your husband had a stroke, you end up at Waffle House? I don't think so. Doesn't pass the smell test. As we often say, something is rotten in Denmark here. I want to talk about Caitlin Collins not Caitlin Collins. I want to talk about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Collins is the CNN anchor, but Caitlin Clark is the female Michael Jordan of the WNBA. I told you folks when she first started that Angel Reese was looking for the come up. She had no come up. Angel Reese, the African-American young lady who is Caitlin Clark's nemesis, has made millions now. I turned on a movie on Netflix the other day. She was there. You go to McDonald's, they have an Angel Reese burger, or they used to, a meal. And her game is average at best. But she was the African-American counterpart to Caitlin Clark. Listen, folks, this is not about race, but I guess it really is. Caitlin Clark can ball. If you feel that you can beat her, show it on the court. Because if you D up on her, she's going to run around you and lay you up. And if you lay off of her, she's going to hit a 3 from darn near half court. She is the real deal. But as I said, maybe last season, it's unfair what that young lady is undergoing, Caitlin Clark. She's under attack because she's white and a predominantly black league of gay black women. And yes, I'll say it, they do need to make them wear makeup. I'm sorry. Okay? Image is everything. And they need to make them wear more makeup on the court. Yes, on the court, even though they're sweating. Make them wear something. But anyway, so Caitlin Clark, she can't respond. She can't do anything. All she can do is take it. They take turns beating her up on the court because she's a white girl and because she got all the endorsements. Would that be tolerated against a black girl? I don't think so. I want you to listen to Jason Whitlock, who's stating now what I've been saying for over a year.
This is Caitlin Clark's role in women's basketball, to suffer abuse in silence. Angel Reese trolls her in college. All she does is take the high road. She won't defend herself. Where are the men? Where's her father at? You think Archie Manning would allow Peyton or Eli Manning to be treated this way while saying nothing? Dejanay Carrington, remember last year? Stabbed her in the eyes with her fingernails? Caitlin Clark, thank you, ma'am. Could I have another? Caitlin Clark is doing this. She's a model to your daughters, particularly you white boys out there. When you suffer physical abuse, mental abuse from a group of black women, you say nothing. You comply. You don't defend yourself. At the end of the day, it's a reflection on us. It's a reflection on her father and other men that should be stepping out here and defending her.
Caitlin Clark has to take it. In this day of political correctness, she can't say anything. Notice she never complains because she's in an all-black league and they don't like her because she's white, the other players. And dum-dum, she's raising the contract dollars. All of a sudden, you're not commercially. You're staying in the best hotels. That's because of the Caitlin Clark effect. Seems mighty easy to understand as far as I'm concerned. So, for example, let's bring it home. A new radio host comes on board, and this guy or gal did a real deal. And they raise all of our ratings. They raise all of the advertising revenue. That means more money for the rest of us. It's real simple to understand. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Mike, line 1 in Brooklyn. What's on your mind, Mike?
Good afternoon, Dominic. I just want to say one thing, and I'm saying this from my heart. I got drafted in 1968, ended up going into the Navy, ended up in Vietnam. If I had to choose who was going to be next to me on those battlefields, number 1, Donald Trump. Number 2, Ed Koch. Number 3, Rudy Giuliani. And you are, my friend, number 4. You're a good man. Don't let them eat you alive.
No, Mike, I'm good, and nobody's going to eat me alive. It's just that I can't believe people. This guy called up here. I can't understand a word he's saying. And he's talking like the problem is with me. And he's literally saying, why don't you let people voice their anti-Semitism? I mean, it goes against logic. But anyway, I really appreciate your comment. That's so very nice, so very kind of you. Let's go to Bobby now. Bobby and Yonkers. What's on your mind, Bobby?
Hello, Dom. I just wanted to know if you're aware of the Henry Nowak story in the UK. I'm in shock that the cops cuffed him after he was stabbed 18 times.
That's the white guy, right?
Yes, the white guy.
And it's a Muslim guy that he got into it, and the Muslim guy said it was a racial incident, and the cops handcuffed him?
That is correct. And he died. I mean,
right, he ended up dying.
I'm 63. I seen it. I lived in Yonkers in the city. I've never seen this. If they would have got him to the ambulance, he probably would have lived. But my point is I believe I see this in New York City too, with the 2 older guys pushed in front of the train, that it seems that white racism is accepted. And when I grew up, like I said, I'm in my 60s. Listen, Villa Avenue, Arthur Avenue, if you came down and messed with, and I was fair with everyone, we would fight.
There's no doubt. I lived not far from Arthur Avenue in the Bronx, and it was very clear that you could walk those streets as an African-American and Italian-American community. It was no problem. But if you act up, the community act up. And it was that simple. There were rules. You knew, as a young black man of color, I come over here with this nonsense, good luck with that. Whatever happens after that, good luck with that. But I want to go back, Bobby, to your point. You're talking about the racism against whites, what happened in the UK, and it is unfortunate. He was stabbed, I think, 18 times?
Correct, 18 times, and they
and the cops and the Muslim guy said that he was a victim of a crime, a racial crime, and the cops believe the Muslim guy, not the white guy, and then the white guy is cuffed, bleeding out, and he dies.
18 years old, and the Muslim guy was like in his 30s. He was a Sikh, though. I don't know if that's Muslim. But
okay. But he was just sentenced, I believe, for murder, correct?
That is correct. But look, that boy is gone. I'm a father.
Yeah, he's gone.
Of four.
There's no bringing him back.
Devastated.
There's no bringing him back.
I'll be honest.
No. I'm going to be real, Bobby, and this doesn't score me any popularity points. But white racism is real. Racism against whites is accepted now. It's cool. You can do it. Oh, if you do a single thing to a black person, right? A black person, we can call each other the N-word 100,000 times a day. Let one white person say it once, and it's wrong across the board. It's wrong when blacks do it. It's wrong when whites do it. Let one white person do it. Let one white person sing a song that it has the N-word, and it's a full-scale riot, and they think they're justified, and it goes on and on and on. White racism, folks, I'm going to tell you the truth, no matter what the truth may be. And it's very unfortunate. That kid that's on trial right now in Texas, right? Carmelo Anthony, the black kid, stabbed the white kid because they're battling over a seat. And you pull out a knife and stab him. And the community, the black community, whoever, raises almost $1 million for his defense. So after murdering someone, allegedly, his family has now moved into a gated community, $1 million homes. You can't make this stuff up. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
When you're taking on the tough jobs, gear up with Venom Steel Gloves and defend your hands from grime, grease, and muck. They're 70% thicker than common disposable gloves with heavy-duty 2-layer nitrile protection, including a black outer layer and a white inner layer that provides chemical and rip resistance. Great for all your painting, plumbing, automotive, and DIY projects.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
We believe you or our lying eyes. Go eat your waffles here. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm looking for some of the comments here. Okay, you know what? Let's see here. I'm trying to get it here. New Jersey, MAGA Mike says about Caitlin Clark, you're 100% correct. It's disgusting how the WNBA is allowing this to go on. But even worse is you can even see the referees and the coaches joining in. They want her to break and quit, in my opinion. John Beckman says, I love Caitlin Clark, great ball player, but as far as the WNBA, it's a joke. That's in part what John says. And you know what, Baba, one of the calls that I took here,
Dominic says, why don't you go sit down?
Sit down. Baba, go sit down. The lovely DMS says Baba wants a forum for others to spew anti-Semitism because he is an anti-Semite. And let the church say amen, brothers and sisters. Exactly, he's an anti-Semite. But not only that, DMS, he's got the cojones to call me and say, and I can't understand a word he's saying, and he says to me, why don't you give them a forum? With a straight face, this is what this guy says. Let's go to Carrie, line 1, Maryland. What's on your mind, Carrie?
Hi, Dominic. I tend to read into things sometimes, but I take real exception to the way Mamdani characterizes the Israeli Day Parade. You played the clip earlier from him. I don't know if anybody noticed. He continually calls it a march, which to me has a more negative connotation.
Correct.
That Israeli Day Parade was to be a celebratory event. But
right.
Yet, he's
parade.
such a sneak pot that I think it's subliminal, but I think he's very intentional with what he says and how he says it. I mean, throughout history, the Jews have suffered enough. Give them this day to celebrate Mamdani. Stop
Agreed.
calling it a march.
Fair enough. I didn't even catch that, Carrie. Thank you for the wonderful comment. Calling from Maryland. Let's go to Manhattan, line 4. Gail. Gail, what's on your mind?
Hi, just a follow-up about the British college student who was the stabbing death in England by the Indian man. So many things about that bother me. But one thing that bothers me enormously, in England, and the Indian man knew this, all you have to do is accuse someone, verbally accuse them of saying a racist thing, a comment, whatever. You will be put in handcuffs and arrested. That's at the crux of this matter. Because he had no marks on him, the Indian guy, but he accused the white boy of saying racist or insulting comment to him. And on that basis alone, the British police automatically got off the handcuffs to put them on this bleeding, dying young man lying on the pavement. It's a crime. It's a felony in Britain to verbally say anything like that. How can this be right?
It's not right. And it makes one wonder. A lot of things are wrong in this world, Gail. Thank you for the call. It's not correct. And, this man bled out in handcuffs when he was the victim. He hadn't done anything wrong. Let's go to Alex, line 2, Greenwich, Connecticut. Alex, what's on your mind? Are you there? Okay, well, I'm out of time anyway. Folks, join the Tunnel to Towers Foundation on its mission to do good in honor of America's heroes. Donate $11 a month. Amplify your impact with a car or a land donation. Go to T2T.org. T2T.org. I am back live at midnight. I hope you will join us.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder,
what the heck is going on here?
Let Century Management Solutions get you to your next medical appointment. They specialize in non-emergency medical transportation, connecting patients to care, safety, reliability, and on time. Their advanced technology platform seamlessly coordinates patients, healthcare providers, insurers, and transportation partners all in one powerful network. With over 200 trusted transportation providers, they deliver scalable solutions backed by real-time tracking and complete transparency. Go to SENTRYMS.com.